Like we've gotten so desensitized to deaths from this virus that people look at it like a box score.
Yeah.
Like, the Dodgers only lost by 5 runs.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah. And it's like people are just so cavalier and saying, oh, only 1,200 deaths a day. Hospitalizations, there's only 400,000 people in the hospitals or whatever the number is. It's like, why, hospitalizations right now. 65,000 people are in the hospital. That's a shitload of people.
Yeah. It doesn't seem, and it's clear as winter hits, people go indoors and this virus is going to spread. Holidays hit, multi-generational hangs. Virus is going to...
Thanksgiving should be canceled. It literally should be fucking canceled.
Especially because Thanksgiving and Christmas, it's just old people hanging with young people.
Yes.
Young people who haven't been taking it seriously and old people who are going to die.
Yes.
That's Thanksgiving.
Not only that, but there's going to be some families like split up because of this.
Yeah,
like you're telling me you're the one that was tested positive and you were joking around, you never got tested, came back, got grandma and grandpa sick, boom, dead.
Oh,
all right, what are you doing?
How do you live with that?
Pete, what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
Staying here.
Good.
I'll go home.
We don't need you killing anyone in Wisconsin.
No. They can just
comes
walk
back,
out.
he's like, I can't come back. I got arrested for murder.
But it should be. I mean, I'll go home for Christmas, but we're not really like getting together with anybody. Like I'll just have my family, but that's it.
Yeah.
That'll be the extent.
And I think by Christmas, if this is where we're at, it's November 12th, and cases are flying.
The governor of Ohio said today, it's on fire. We've got to slow it down. We've never seen anything like this. Our spring surge and summer surge were nowhere like this. And so this is where we're going to run into a real big...
And he's a Republican.
He's a Republican.
In a Trump state.
In a Trump state. So this is where we're going to run into a big pickle. Because there's a big portion of the country that doesn't want to wear masks. There's a big portion of the country that doesn't, nobody wants a lockdown. Literally 0 people want a lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
On the table in Joe Biden's kind of COVID recovery, one of the people suggested a 4-week national lockdown.
I think there will be riots.
Yes.
There'll be real rioting and looting if there's a 4-week national lockdown the way we had in April.
Yeah. No one can tolerate that. The caveat to that is it may just be that way in certain parts of the country because of the weather, right? Like in Wisconsin in January, I'm guessing it's just
brutally cold.
It's a brick.
So on Sunday,
that's like
for the first time since I think April, I got. We all did. We got the iPhone notification.
Yeah.
COVID's on fire.
In Los Angeles
Wear
County.
your masks, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, stay safe.
Right.
Socially distance. Do you think that's the precursor for an LA shutdown?
No. So what I actually think is I have not seen the hospitalizations in LA and the impact of LA. But when you talk to anybody in any other state, so we had a young dude here today from Utah. He's saying nobody wears masks. I was talking to someone the other day from Texas.
No, he said everyone's partying.
Everyone's partying. I talked to someone from Texas the other day. He's like, nobody's wearing masks. So, and I'm sure there's parts of Texas where people are, there's parts where they're not. But in LA, when you walk down the street, like today I walked to work, which is a 3-mile walk, and I've been running back and forth. Everyone is wearing a mask.
Mm-hmm.
When even on like a side street and they're just walking their dog, they're wearing a mask.
Mm-hmm. There's a few people in my neighborhood that I've noticed refuse to wear a mask. I see them every day.
Probably elderly.
No, like my age with their dogs.
Yeah.
So they're shitting in the neighborhood and not wearing a mask.
Yeah. Be shit in your mouth, you motherfucker.
And it's all women.
Jesus Christ.
It's all women.
Wow. What race?
White.
Okay. All right.
I saw there's one white woman who refuses to wear a mask. She's probably in her mid-30s, late 30s. I'd say late 30s.
Okay.
And a Persian woman who I see, no mask.
Wow.
Every day, walking dogs.
Interesting. Okay. So that's
and they're not even trying to avoid people.
No,
on the sidewalk.
Just be straight up
they're the bold ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then one dumbass, he's probably in his 50s. We were taking Mav on a walk, and we do what everyone does. When we're not around anyone, we put the mask down. When we see people close, we put the mask up. And he was across the street crossing, so we're about to intersect. we both put our masks on, and he's like, "You guys don't have to do that. I don't care." And I was like, "Well, we do,
Yeah, we don't want your corona, moron.
dummy."
Yeah, I was at Runyon the other day.
Yeah,
There were
what's
some
Runyon
people-
like? Are people wearing masks?
Yes.
It's very in between.
So here,
I saw
to
probably
enter
25%,
Runyon,
no.
You have to wear a mask.
So
Right.
is there like a
There
someone-
was so the guy's not there anymore. I don't think so. I went last week. I didn't see him. Maybe it was because it was early. But peak, during the summer when I was going to Runyon, like
Right.
every other day, there was a person there, but just making sure everyone wore a mask. And then once you got up like quarter mile up,
There's nobody there.
people stopped wearing masks. They would take it down. But like my thing with the mask is like take a place like Runyon. As long as everyone respects their space, I don't really care about masks there.